What's your name?
My name is Yến.
What types of buildings are there where you live?
Well, there are a varieties of buildings in the place I live. For example, a cottage and detached house. My place, there are no high peak buildings and all. Even apartment, we do not have apartment there. So everyone own a house. But despite that, this is not a rich neighborhood. Since everyone just around average houses, so the house aren't even that big. It could be long, but it's never be over 2 stories.
Okay. And are there any monuments in your hometown?
Well, the hometown where I live is in the past. It used to be the territory belonged to a very old and ancient ethnic people. We call them the Cham. I don't think there is any monument about that, but there is a museum opposite to my grandparents' house. In there you could go and have a look around what they found that have been borrowed by time from the time where those people used to live before we conquered them.
Okay. And do you like to visit historic buildings?
Well, in my opinion, historic buildings have a lot of educational value. So I think going there could, and I enjoy my time whenever we have a trip to visit some places that have histories and a very important history, and we learn a lot about what truly happened in the past.
Okay. What are the landmarks in your hometown?
Well, in my hometown, I think beside the museum, there is also a street that full of the Cham people. Well, they are modernized now, but they are still kept the ancient culture. This never die in their heart. Their ancestors were the ancient Cham. Now we call them the modern Cham, but when you go there, you will see there are differences between the Vietnamese people and those people.
Okay, let's move on to part 2. Okay, you are going to have 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak. Okay, the time starts now. Okay, time is up. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, recently I have owned a iPhone 6. I know it's not the most modern mobile phone around this era, but it's still modern enough for me to work. I bought it like a few months ago, and I still use it until now. There are a lot of documents that I saved in there. Those are very important since I need them for my university assignment. There's a lot of things. For example, call, texting, log into the internet. I could make many accounts from many sites or write directly from it. I do not need to use my laptop. It's that convenient. It makes my life more easier. It's small, so I carry it everywhere, and it's a great means of entertainment as well. I actually have a laptop, and I also have many use for it, but I think I like my phone better. It's smaller and it can do just as many things as the laptop. And since my laptop is very heavy, it's big, carrying it around really kills my back. So I use phone instead, and the time I spend on the phone is much more than the laptop. And the document I have on there, I can easily transfer it from my laptop to my phone and from my phone to my laptop. So I think despite the laptop can actually call, video call and all sorts of things, but I think the phone can do a better job of texting and phoning since it's very small. You can put it in your pockets and go around. And actually, I don't think I could use this around like even 10 years and years in the future, since it's an old phone. I bought it second-handed. That person sells to me like only 2 million Vietnam dong, and actually I can afford that, and I bought it, and it's still useful, but there's many flaws to it. For example, it's too slow, and its memories aren't that good. There aren't much memories in it than the things I need to download, and it cannot handle it. And especially pictures. I take a lot of pictures, and the teacher talk very fast, and I need to take picture or videos so I could keep up with the lesson. That's why, and those things need a lot of memories in the phone. And with the iPhone 6, that's already so old and even second-handed. I don't think that it can last any longer in 2 years. That's why I'm planning on buying a better one, maybe an 11 if I could afford it.
Okay, very good. Let's move on to part 3. What is the most important for a public building? Design, location, or facilities?
Well, I think the most those 3 factors that you mentioned is all of them are important for a building, but the most important one that is most necessary is the location. Since if you build a building that need a lot of attention from everyone, like for example for business, you cannot build it in the middle of nowhere. Since nobody lives there, and with the building that high, getting to there would be a pain since it's too far from their home. I think building it in the city, in the busy city is better, since many people go around there. There's a lot of routes to lead to it, and a lot of people live there, and they saw a building, and some might actually have interest and get into it and work.
Okay. And what kind of people like to visit historic buildings?
Well, there's various kinds of people that would have interest in historical buildings. For example, the student who study for history, the teachers, since they need knowledge to give to the students. and also scientists and even those people in the historical buildings. It's a place for like you do for research. See, and you go there. You can't just do research on a business building. So many people go there, and maybe there are things that they don't know, and they have to find out.
Okay. And how have buildings changed in the past few years?
Well, from my experience, back then my house doesn't have much. We doesn't even have electricity. Whenever the sunset, we use the candle or oil lamp to light up the house, and we actually go to bed early since it's so dark and we couldn't see anything. And my house is tattered. Like the wall is started to break down. You can see cracks on it, and the rooftop sometimes it's cracked and it actually fall down. It's very dangerous. But that is in the past. Now my house, we built it up again. We rebuilt it, and it has a better like strength. It can hold better, like especially the rooftop. And we never experienced like it fall down anymore. And the neighbors around me, their house are very nice as well. Some even since they are very successful in business, they even like they break down their old house and reconstruct it into like 2-story or even 3 stories buildings, and that's also it.
Okay, very good. Finished.